everybody, and welcome to another episode of Curse Among the Mystery. Tonight we're playing the module Curse of Strahd, but it's been changed, it has been transformed, and we're playing in the...
Strahd kicked off a big ball with a bunch of allies and then all of his courtiers, and we began with Strahd dancing with Illyria, and Hermatia meeting a girl named Gertruda, and they talked for a bit. At the same time, we have Nyx talking to Lady Elsa Falona von Twitterberg. Sorry about that pronunciation.
Perfect.
Who,
that requires like an applause. Like, wow, good job.
Thank you. Who kind of let him on and didn't give him much to grab onto. He tried to talk to her, small talk. She didn't really jive with that. And when he tried to show her the castle, kind of got shot down. So beyond that, we have Strahd and Illyria. They were talking for a bit. Strahd being a bit creepy, but actually very creepy. And Illyria trying to keep herself kind of at bay and together. So afterwards, we had Thad and Helga waiting outside the ballroom. Thad kind of preparing himself mentally to enter the room. Afterwards, Thad, Illyria, and Strahd talked for a bit after he entered the room. After which Thad kind of hang around with Illyria as her bodyguard, which was his job. And then a bunch of females came swarming Strahd and kind of giving them a little space, giving the party a bit of space. And Hermatia started to look for people to talk to. And she found Abbott, after talking to the Abbott. Sorry about that. And she started to talk to him, and the conversation being a bit stressful and loaded, let's say. At the same time, Illyria and Thad were talking a bit. She was filling him in about what's going on. Thad was drinking a lot, and then they were stormed by the vampire mean girls, which they definitely were, and they started basically abusing the both of them. And our party took it good, and then they made fun of Nyx. It was not a good time, and afterwards, in the middle of it, an unknown lady came in and interrupted them, and she kind of shooed them away, which was interesting. We didn't get her name, but she was kind of her saviors at that point. Afterwards, we have Hermatia, which was talking to the Abbot again. Illyria joined in on the conversation. The Abbot talked to her about he failed to save her, tainted by the devil, and all that jazz, being really not too fond of it, and apologizing for everything, for letting her, for failing her. Afterwards a bit, Nyx goes to this lady Tatsual Eris. Again, sorry about the butchering.
It's okay, Eris works.
And she's, how do you pronounce it?
Tatsal Eris.
Tatsal Eris, alright. And she's kind of angsty and kind of down. He's trying to make small talk, and she's like, "Get off me, dude." And then she walks away.
God.
So Nyx afterwards goes to this emerald-haired, really good-looking person. They start talking. He realizes it's the son von Richter, which is not good, and he turned into a vampire. So he just kind of goes away from that, sweating nervously, and all that jazz. And afterwards, he fills in the party, especially Illyria, about that whole encounter, and they choose to kind of get away from that. And our party at that point are at the refreshment area. They're all kind of eating and a bit drinking, some more than others. After they talk about what's next, fill each other in on what's happened on the ball. And afterwards, Illyria approaches von Twitterberg, and they exchange pleasantries, talk a bit, and Illyria seems a bit too nice, I suppose, and she gives Illyria a bit of advice. Or not Illyria, but Twitterberg gives Illyria a bit of advice about how to get Strahd on the good side and how to screw him over, I suppose. And Nyx goes over to talk to the abbot. Conversation goes a bit awry.
I'm not sure if it goes awry.
Not awry, but as expected, I suppose, with
I don't know about if it was expected.
Would go.
Kind of the abbot.
It went surprisingly well.
Yeah,
I suppose. All right, that's
it's
fair.
just like a wall of.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're tainted!
Unstoppable.
It's too late. All hope is
Unstoppable
lost.
force versus a movable object, I suppose.
Yeah.
Kind of. And at the same time, Thad and Hermatia went outside in the gardens to get some fresh air. Hermatia revealed her true form to Thaddeus. He didn't really seem to mind that much, which was surprising. But then again, Thaddeus was a bit shook, I suppose, from that whole night. So that was the least of his worries. And then afterwards, Illyria and Nyx united with the party, and they started talking about what happened, discussion on what's next and who to trust. And Nyx went to talk to Eris, who was brooding in a pond nearby, and that's
In the pond.
He's a fish.
Lay down, swim. No, that was perfect,
At the
Marc.
pond.
Thank you so much.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
I'm the edgiest fish in the pond. Hey, you did it! Your first recap!
Yay!
First recap, guys.
All right. That was better than mine. So, good job.
Sorry about butchering half the names, but yeah.
No. Half the time I butchered them too. Okay, let's build the soundscape.
I mean, some of them are really easy, and some of them are really hard.
Yeah, I know. It's almost like there's a variety of sounds.
Wow. Like Lady us follow on Twitter, bug.
One Twitterberg.
Oh no.
She's like from a mountain of Twitter. Twitter mountain. Twitter city.
Okay. Let's continue where we were. Through the white bride veils of mist, there is a grand vision of this night garden. The gentle pouring of water from the fountain at the center, the stone arches providing more shade and framing, the cold stone benches to regard it all, and hundreds of flowers, dozens of bushes, and a handful of trees, spreading their heavy perfume around, intoxicating the air with a lulling sweetness. In the furthest corner of the garden, behind a delicate iron fence, somewhat shielded by luscious bushes of silver, willow, and an oak, sits a hunched over woman dressed in a white military jacket on a muddy bank in front of the dark blue and glassy lily pond. She clearly hears the footsteps behind her, but for now she chooses not to respond to them. Nix, what do you want to do?
I wanna. Is this like a gate? Like
Yeah. It's like a little arch, like a little path in this this iron fence that is around this little area.
Okay, I want to make a grand entrance. In a sense,
Okay.
I want to like step into between the archers and like flick my elaborate costume in a way that it swishes and swirls, and stand there with one hand on my hip and say, "You left sooner than I expected, Lady Elsa. I hope I'm not bothering you with the fishes."
Your whole dramatic entrance is completely ignored as she has her gaze turned elsewhere.
It doesn't matter. I'm doing it for me.
That's good at least, I guess.
I feel good about myself. Screw you, Jim.
And there is no sign of any kind of response. There's just silence.
Does she look like she's transfixed or is just ignoring me?
I guess a little bit of both.
Where is she staring out to?
Just into the glass of water before her.
I'll take a step in and say, "Something you said is weighing heavily on my mind, Lady Elsa. I'm here with Lady Illyria, and yet something about her presence seems to disturb you. You're the only one who feels this, and I'm curious as to know a little bit more about you. After all, everyone else there in the ballroom seems to be more putting on a face. Curious for a masquerade ball that you are not."
There are a few seconds of silence. And then a rather soft tone that comes out. I'm not the only one that's bothered. I just react differently.
Really? Well, perhaps they evaded my view. After all, I'm wearing such this get-up. But it's less about them, more about you. After all, you are here with me. And an interesting choice for such a lady as yourself, to be stuck in this corner. No one should put a lady in a corner.
I don't like how you wield that title. I'm not like them, okay? And call me a lady for... She stands up. Dust off her... like her rump and some of her clothing, you know, of dirt. And then nails you with that angry amber stare. I'm a knight. I was a knight. I don't own any land or have some kind of claim on authority. Call me lady because I'm a sir.
And this bothers you, clearly.
There's a lot of things that bother me. Clearly. And you ain't helping.
You see, I've met someone like you. Someone no longer at my side, but has a very protective wall in front of them. And I don't mean for you to tear it down. You can keep this wall up as you like, but I wonder how often someone approaches you for the second time after giving the cold shoulder. And here I am, standing in the corner of this garden, whilst the ball happens behind us. And yet you are still trying to run away. Is there something, maybe given the opportunity to talk about, you wish to discuss? Or would you prefer to be alone, just as you always seem to be here?
You are very strange. As soon as people step into this social masquerade, this hierarchy that's going on in that blasted ballroom of marble, when they notice how they treat me, they don't pay me any heed. You are a Vistani, aren't you?
I was raised in a Vistani camp, yes. I'm not sure if I am following that of the Vistani way these days. It depends on what the Vistani truly means to you. I'm
Not much, really.
little odd.
Not anymore.
So what does mean something to you? You seem very upset.
She
Well,
sighs
not-
heavily,
Mhm.
looks over to the pond, her shoulders droop a little bit, and she says, I've heard a rumor that you visited Argynvost Holt. Did you?
We were being hunted, and we had to put down the hunt. Or at least end it somehow. So yes, we needed to. Otherwise our lives were in jeopardy.
How are they doing? Horngarden, Gwillem, and Lucian, and all of them.
Nick's cocks his head to the side and says, "You spent time with them."
I was a knight, I told you.
Of course, but knights can be sent everywhere throughout the lands.
Well,
Or
I
they
was a
can-
knight of the Silver Dragon. Now you know.
And yet you are here, and they are not.
Yep,
And
here I am.
Nick's folds his arm in front of him and shifts his weight onto one leg and says, "And do you hold their ideals still, Lady Eris? Do you wish to return?"
There's nothing to return to.
That is for sure.
Curs kind of took care of that. They did not. I just wish that they don't suffer more than they have.
There was something we learned there. A few words, perhaps. Perhaps you could enlighten me with your perspective on them. They go a little something like this. Here we honor those who have departed to live in honor, or perished in service by the wisdom of Argynvost, Lord of Argynvost Holt. and founder of the Order of the Silver Dragon.
There's a mixed expression of grief and pain and longing and hatred, and she can't really control herself, so she has to turn her back to you and look away.
Is it like grief and sadness, or?
Yeah, like a lot of different negative emotions playing on her face. And
It's okay. I didn't mean to cause you grief.
it was a long time ago I heard those words. They are a memorial to all of those who have served true. They do not apply to me anymore.
What if they did, Dieris?
They do not.
What if they could then?
They could possibly not. I don't deserve them anymore.
Why not? You seem so connected to them to react so strongly. It's been this long. I've forgotten names of women faster.
Because I was the one who told him. Told him of the place. Told him what we were doing. Is that what you want to know? You want to know how I betrayed them? Betrayed my brothers and my sisters in arms. For my own selfish reasons. And I am stuck like this, like a vampire, the enemy, for 5 fucking centuries. Serving that madman, and you're wondering why I'm in pain? Why I'm angry? Are you happy? You want to continue bothering me?
I want to hug her.
Oh.
And if she like resists, I want to try and hold on.
Oh god. Well, she's gonna freeze up at first. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? What? Get the fuck off me! And she like tries to push you away. She's a vamp, so you know.
Doesn't like immediately force me away and say, these words were spoken but a day ago to me. There is a path to redemption, Lady Eris.
You do know what I am, don't you?
And you know what I am, don't you?
Well, apparently there is a way to escape what a Vistani is. But there's no way to escape being a vampire slave. And even if I wanted to, I cannot.
But you can help.
Can
You can
I?
help.
Can I really? Or will I just cause you more pain? And she pushes you away. Turn into a mist and kind of just floats away on the wind.
I'll be waiting for you. I speak into the night.
Okay, the beat time. Hello, Fat. Aboard the Illyria.
Yeah, we kind of ended with Nick.
Do you just sit silently and like keep an eye on Nyx from afar? Or do you have some small talk or some...
I did leave them.
Yeah.
I left Illyria to tell them about who Erasmus was.
Okay,
Yeah, so,
okay. Cue. Cue into the conversation. Woo!
I was just saying, like, I mean, Illyria was supposed to tell them, and then you were like, so you're just sitting there silently? Illyria just kind of like looks at you guys, sort of like arms crossed. And she kind of looks towards Thad, and she's like, so you do know who Rudolf von Richten is, right?
You'll have to enlighten me.
He's a very famous monster hunter, protector.
Oh, okay, so... well... I mean, that's nice, but what's he got to do with you and that gentleman?
He was in Barovia in search for his son, whom he believed to have been abducted by Strahd.
Okay.
And well,
Wait.
that Genasi in there.
God damn it. Is that a son?
Yes, and Illyria kind of like has a hard time and it's like contemplating if she even wants to tell them, but it's like,
Hamatia will gently lay her hand on Ilya's upper arm in a comforting gesture.
we encountered Richten in Valak.
Oh,
It took us a while to figure it out, but he had himself disguised as a bard named Rictavio.
well, that's not very subtle.
Yeah, that's
Well-
quite point in your face there.
We didn't want to bring it up immediately. So we kind of danced around the issue for a while. And there was a massacre. I think,
In Wallaki,
yes.
the one Ariga caused.
It was Richten.
Why did he do it?
Because he considered them monsters.
Who, the Vistani or someone else?
The Vistani.
Oh, dear
He
God.
thought it a mercy. But the reason we know it was him is that he told us after. Well, the blame was put on the Valakians, of course. And even though we argued that it couldn't have been one of them, well, it wasn't until I talked to Strahd that he wanted every family in Valaki to sacrifice some as payment for what they did to the Vistani. And I couldn't let that happen. So I decided to try to bargain with him. And well, he gave us a choice. Either either I join him or I bring the real culprit of the massacre. I was just discussing with Nix, and I think Rickton wished to talk to him about something because he noticed how obsessed Strahd was with me.
In the background, interrupting you, Lyria, you hear suddenly whatever conversation that Nix is having has turned rather loud. You can hear the woman he's talking to shouting out.
Like they're having fun.
That seems like it's going well. Do we make out what she shouts from earlier?
Yes, you do hear.
Oh, but so
I
dots are connecting.
don't envy her.
Then it quiets down and it seems like Nix is hugging her.
Oh boy.
Oh, does it look like from here? Does it look like she's reciprocating?
No, definitely not.
Oh, damn, boy. That's a shame, mate.
Yeah.
Well, at least he tried.
Happens to the best of us, you know.
Let's say what I did. Oh well, love is a dangerous game, I suppose.
I mean, it doesn't have to be love.
Suppose if you're surrounded by vampires, it could be.
It's so romantic.
And then from a second to another, Eris is suddenly not there.
That's right.
Oh, that's
That
cool.
was something. You okay, Nix?
Nix hears Illyria call, and he I don't know if he can see each other, but he just walks out and comes back. He doesn't look down or anything like that. He's just more pensive, but not like he can see his face in any way. But his body language seems to be a little bit thinking. He's not marching back. He's more dawdling as he's coming back, internally reflecting. He says, "Oh, everything's fine." Little bit of extra information and all.
Alright. Well, I haven't gotten to the whole story yet.
Oh, did you get to the part yet where I threatened his life?
Of course,
Well,
that in his life.
Nix got understandably angry at as he admitted to the slaughter of the Vistani.
So Van Richten slaughtered the Vistani because he saw them as monsters. And then Strahd was all pissy about it because the Vistani are under his protection. And
Well,
then
Strahd didn't know, and it was pinned on the entirety of the Markians.
He was the reason Anya died.
I thought the reason Anya died was Origo, so I would like you to explain it a bit further if you'd like.
I think she might have gotten caught up in the attack.
It's hard to really pinpoint a culprit here, but we knew that Van Richten slaughtered all the Vistani at the Velaki camp. And whilst it wasn't a direct attack on Anya, she was caught in the crossfire.
So what's Origo has to do with it?
Argal was not making the situation any better, exacerbating the matter, to which Van Richten reacted to. So Aragal, I guess by proxy, could potentially be somewhat culpable, but it was an indirect thing, more like, you know,
What's not the version you told me back in the camp, Nix? You told me that Anya did a bad thing and that you was killed for it. Did
she.
you lie to me?
No,
Sad.
that's still true.
What did she do?
She was a part of. Yeah. Listen, Hamati, it's very hard to realize the facts that someone was at fault for their own demise.
Of course, but Anya was a good person and she wouldn't do anything so rash without some sort of motivator, you know?
But she was desperate.
She
She's
was.
always been desperate. She's been on the outside and she wanted to become part of family.
So what did he say to her? What did she do?
All she did was accept some bones and give them to Aragal. And those bones meant that Strahd could enter Vallaki properly and remove any sort of sanctuary that the people from Vallaki could find themselves. So without sanctuary, he just could walk in.
Oh no.
And obviously Van Richten didn't like that. And ultimately, like I said, I don't think Van Richten was explicitly going after Anya. It was more like, hey, you're Vistani, you better die because fuck you, that's why. But it was just a tragic turn of events that her desperation turned into her demise.
Oh no.
That is why we chose to barter with the Lord of the Lands, because a renegade looking to take the matters into his own hand, no matter the pain it causes others. Well, I guess Illyria, I thought. That sort of wildcard was too risky to let wander around.
So where's Van Richten now?
Don't know.
Probably somewhere in these grounds.
These
entombed.
grounds? Oh.
Probably, yes. I don't know if he was killed or not, but what happened, Illyria?
He was taken. No. Illyria does clearly kind of like struggle with this still. It's like I walked with him outside of Vallaki where he was taken by this creepy armor thingy, and shortly after, Strahd reappeared and announced that Vallaki was safe.
That sounds like he's either dead or something worse.
Don't want to think about it, honestly.
Does it make a difference if he's still alive?
No, he's not the one that I'm after. Anyway, so I understand why he did what he did. He's no different than most people in that regard. He just had the means to do it. Don't blame him for that.
If the status quo is no longer amicable, you have to rock the boat, and whilst I despise Aragal for doing what he did, he also got his own punishment.
Did he?
Well, his actions meant the deaths of many of his people.
He didn't seem to care that much. Not really. I don't think he understands the gravity of his actions.
I think he does.
Not enough.
Okay. Well, I could give literally two shits about what you do to Argal. If you want to shove a spike up his ass, be my guest.
No, I have another plan. I don't mean to physically hurt him if I get a chance.
I don't think he has any moth samatia.
No, that's your tactic. I am a bit more creative, I'm afraid.
Okay.
I'm not going to hurt him physically in any way, but not without your consent, of course. I am not going to do anything that might jeopardize the team effort.
If you get the chance, go ahead, because he exiled me from the Vistani camp. And whilst, after everyone was killed, he said, "Oh, you're okay to come back now because it makes no difference." Honestly, that's a sign of a weak coward. The moment he doesn't have any sway or any pride, he becomes a crippled husk. And I have no time for people that aren't self-confident. And he looks to Thad about that.
What was that? Sorry, I was a bit spacing out at the moment.
Oof.
I said that Nyx has no time for people that aren't self-confident, and he just looks to you.
Yeah. Yeah, being self-confident is good, you know? It really helps you get around.
Be
helps
sure
you
it
get,
doesn't hinder you, but
Oh, for sure.
I can tell within you, Thad, oodles so much of self-confidence. It's been a while since I've met someone who was just so cavalier about being okay with everything around them.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Yeah, I
what's
suppose I'm a bit
Do you have any combat experience, maybe?
combat experience. Yeah, suppose I have a bit.
How much?
Not quite the warrior, but I know my way around the battlefield.
Empathy composure check. Is it like understating his accomplishments, or is it like? Can I tell if he's like trying to hide something or understating his accomplishments or anything like that?
Sure.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know, we'll go for it. Just give me a 20. Okay, give me a moment. Composure.
Illyria has just sort of like
18.
kind of like sunk like down
Jeez,
next to that on that bench.
I mean, you can tell he's playing down a bit. I suppose.
Seems also like a little bit of a sore subject.
Amartya decides not to pry any further. Well, we hit the ball, but I do believe we have some people we need to meet back there, don't we? Or is there something else we wish to discuss? Maybe a course of action? Not here. Not good.
I'm curious to what we can do here, Illyria. Do you know what lies in store for you?
For me.
For you?
I mean, I don't know. On death?
Are you resigning yourself
I
to
would
such a
never
fate?
do that. And you know I won't.
Then show a little sass. What are they gonna do here? If you piss someone off here, are they going to harm you? No. You're in an untouchable state right now, Illyria. You could literally do anything. We're short of burning down the castle.
You know?
You are practically queen now in
Well,
these parts.
Yes.
I've noticed, Illyria, from speaking to some of these ancient people, their disdain for you because you don't seem to have that fire that Tatiana had. And it's a question here, do you want to simulate that?
I can try, although I think I do have plenty of fire of my own.
That you do. It's more about the internal fire, though, rather than, throwing little blasts of flame.
Are you suggesting that I lack internal fire?
I'm querying whether or not your fire is dwindling.
You know it is not, but I also can't afford to show too much of it here.
Why not?
You can practically stomp all over these people. And I think some of them deserve a humbling.
I have towards those consorts of his.
Look, Illyria, the majority of the people here, short of the people we know, are going to be vampires. And vampires eat people and drink their bloods. And it's a question of if you want to come across as this lamb to the slaughter, someone easy to take down, or do you want to be this figure that strikes fear into those that do not fear it? Just
Sometimes they put you in a, well, I suppose they give you the crown. You're supposed to play the part, You're supposed to play the part of the queen. That comes with some baggage, yeah, but comes with a lot of privileges too.
I don't think I've been playing my part rather well.
I never took you for a damsel, Illyria, and here you are, playing a damsel. Time to be Illyria.
I think you should verbally stab them.
Maybe.
Maybe stab the ass for that. That'd be great.
I wasn't sure what it is that anybody was expecting of me, so I handled it like any of those parties that I got dragged to by my parents.
I think there is a bit of a misconception with you protectorate people here. I mean, your balls may have been fancy celebrations. This right here is a war for political survival between.
Oh no, that is balls everywhere.
Oh, I never imagined balls to be so violent.
It's all about status. It's about who you are. It's about who you know.
Considering the fact you're Tatiana, you're someone indeed.
I did hear some rather interesting things about Tatiana, although I don't know if they are true.
Question is, are you going to play the part of Tatiana or are you going to play the part of Illyria?
Surprisingly, if what he said to me was true, I don't think they are that different.
Can I do
What
a
did they tell
quick-
you exactly again?
Can I do a quick check, see if anyone's listening in? Because we just had a vampire turn into mist.
Yeah.
I'll join in that check.
Alright, okay.
My spidey senses were tingling.
Let's do perception intelligence.
No, prep and
18.
An 18.
Yeah.
Thad? Wanna do it too?
Chant the fat. By the way, we need to give Woodgut
18.
some.
3 18s in a row.
Wow.
Oh my
Wow.
god, that's like the best you've ever rolled.
Yeah, it is.
Oh. Well, okay. Well, you look around, make sure that you cover every angle, and there are a few bats that hang around in this area, hanging upside down from trees and from the palisades. But you know, that's not something new, and then your eyes wander up towards the wall, and the very, very tall castle looming above you. And there, in the shadows, leaning over the parapet, with shining blue eyes that pierce through the darkness, is a figure.
Oh, he's such a good.
When
Well, I mean,
when
Eris
the
had blue
figure
eyes.
when the figure notices that you notice, it steps back into the shadow.
There's now anyone with blue eyes.
Well, it was the
Eris had blue eyes. Abbott had blue
Did she?
eyes.
Eris had.
Why she had orange eyes.
Eyes,
Yeah,
right?
she had orange
Golden
eyes.
eyes, yeah. So the Abbott did, as well as his like little person that he was with.
Mini Abbott.
So
The gnome had red eyes. Then the woman.
There's
a
that
woman.
white-haired woman, right?
Yeah. Also had blue eyes. Yeah.
Was it obvious? Like, you know, I mean, we're kind of clustered together, so maybe it'd be very difficult to know who they were looking at.
No, you couldn't tell, but they were definitely looking at you, the group.
Wait a moment.
Collectively, yeah.
Yeah.
with that perception,
Well-
you can't. With that, you can't see what kind of silhouette was that. Right?
Hamatia will quickly enter Saul's eyes as self-control and fly towards the window. Stealthily.
Okay.
I had I'll say to Illyria after I see the eyes, and Illyria, I don't know what conversations you had with the abbot, but he had a slightly different, a certain phrasing when speaking to me, and he seemed to see something about me, and I told him to come find me. Did you guys have a productive conversation with him?
Not much.
Oh no.
He doesn't seem opposed to talking to me, although, according to him, by all accounts, I am already lost to the devil.
Right. Well,
What's his deal again?
I know, he just, when I approached him, he just went, "Ooh, you're tainted, ooh," or something like that.
yeah, he
What's
started off that.
Illyria? Do you know him? Is that like a thing?
I've never met the abbot before. Hamartia told me he wanted to talk to me, and he apologized for being unable to save me, and now I am tainted by the devil?
Yay, we're all
Helping
tainted. Woo.
You before, I suppose.
Soul comes back, Hamartia, and goes,
Whoever was watching is not there. And I will say, good for them, otherwise I would have killed them!
Yeah, of course you would. Okay, you can go back to sleep now, Saul.
Okay, thank you.
I'm thinking of taking a turn around the grounds. I don't know how dangerous this is here. Obviously, Illyria, you're the person that is the most protected, but...
Well, if you want to go for a stroll alone,
I don't really, but
otherwise, one
maybe
of us-
Hamatir can join me?
I can join you, yes. Well, my expectations from bowls seem to have exceeded the reality. So I'll be glad to be outside.
Well, let's see if those wings of yours fly. He points to the costume wings.
She does like a little spin.
And okay, he like takes one look up at the parapets again to see if there's any eyes, and I guess we're gonna walk this way.
Walk this way!
We're gonna go explore.
Okay. Illyria, Thad, anything you could just gonna stay here, sit on the bench?
I guess Illyria just kind of looks at Nyx and looks at Thad's like, do we just...
Why
What
don't
do
you
we do? Do we head back in?
I mean, we can head back in, I suppose. What's your guys' next mission? Yeah. What's next?
We were hoping to go Kresk. So for
Where's
now,
that?
I guess it's mostly just try to survive this ball and like socialize.
Oh, my favorite. And he stands up.
All right. So you start heading back to the ball.
Yeah.
So let's go, I suppose.
Hermione and Nyx, you step into this courtyard that is just surrounded by walls. Behind you is, of course, the ballroom with the huge circular leaded windows of different colors. And in front of you, clad rather in darkness, is a closed iron gate inside of this this valved kind of archway. Far above you, there's a walkway where the wall connects that you can walk on, and then there's this valved archway and this iron gate that blocks your view.
We can't look through the gate.
Well, that's true. You can look through the gate, but it's very, very dark, as you can see.
That direction.
That's true.
I have dark vision. I don't.
Do you have dark? Yeah.
Yeah, but I have a mobile flashlight.
You see beyond this
Notice. Next.
this shadow archway is this two-story buildings on this outcropping. Then it ends just in this fence, and then just nothing. And there's a bit of a flash of a memory that sparks in the back of your brain. It's you standing out there on the very precarious balcony, talking with Count Strahd.
Oh no. Oh no. I will 180 walk away. As like Nyx like shudders. As like a chill runs up his spine. I just, well, nothing this way, I'm sure.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay.
This place gives me the creeps. I asked for a favor last time I was here because I was not doing great, and Strahd did the whole head fucking thing with me, and he made me feel like I was his best friend, and I went to him as a friend, as you do, you know. You go to a friend, you say, hey, I'm not feeling so hot. Maybe we can talk it out like bros, you know? And we did, and then he did some memory distorting.
Oh, he can do that.
Yes, he can.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's creepy.
It was
What?
things didn't add up, and when I came up with the answers of what I remember, they were like, no, that didn't happen. And I was like, okay, so there's a disconnect, a disjointing of my memories that I know what I remember didn't happen. And I'm dreading the reality of what did.
So you know you forgot, but you don't feel it because you don't remember it. It's like
No, it's less forgot and more distort. I remember asking him to stop the pain. I don't recall exactly what I was feeling pain for, but from what Asphodel and Illyria have told me, he tampered with the memories of the deaths of those that I love.
oh, I see.
Which is basically what I asked him to do anyway, but still.
And, I don't. Wow. Wait, so he can manipulate memories and see. First of all, when we enter this dark area, Soul come out and act as a flashlight for Mattia.
Dark area.
I'm a tiefling, look at me, I'm so cool.
Who needs torches?
If you can give me some light here in Bexxy, that would be great. So he can manipulate memories, and I was bitten by a vampire back then, but I can't recall anything. Are all vampires capable of that, or just Todd?
I've not met every vampire, I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know exactly who bit you or why.
I'm kind of curious because if someone would have bitten me in the throat, I think I would recall it pretty vividly.
True. Well, I am trying to come up with the words of such a annoying spell to try and recover that which I've lost as a
We-
personal sort of mission for myself.
Do you want to recover what you lost? I mean, if you ask for it to go away,
Look, I was hurting real bad. Just like when I received the news of Kelvin, but tripled.
oh, I see.
At least that's what they tell me. My memories have been replaced with things that I know of the deaths, but it's like when you're not nearby and someone sends a message, you read it, you go, "Oh, that's terrible."
Oh, I see. I see.
But I know, that they tell me I was there, and well, Asphodel wasn't exactly impressed with my choice of favors. You know, she has that look when she looks down at you without those eyebrows. It's a little. You know, she stares right through you. Those cold eyes. And she was disappointed. And I was disappointed in myself. And I believe I have to take ownership of that pain. I'm not looking forward to it. But I recognize I was a coward from running away.
Well, you have to remember something. Asphodel is a remarkably strong woman. Almost super person-like. She has a strength of will that not a lot of people possess. And you can only take so much pain. And I saw you write down hope in that notebook. Are you in a place where you can take more?
But I have to be. I have to be strong. For Illyria, at least.
But what about you? What do you want?
I don't get that luxury, Hamatir. I've made too many mistakes. I must pay for them.
Okay, let's say that you pay for them. You've done your due. You've paid your debt. What now? What does Nix of the Vistani want to do in life?
I want to figure out why people look at me strange. Those with power. I do recall Strahd tasting me and saying I am not that of a Vistani, or it doesn't taste like a standard Vistani. And this damn abbot just did the same thing, saying I'm something of a mix of something.
So, you were outcasted because of your heritage, as Asura told me, if I recall correctly.
To a certain degree. It was more... I guess they never really said, but... They didn't treat me as like a full Vistani, and I was left to be raised by Madame Eva. You know, that gargoyle that came by?
Yeah, I recall that too. So you have inherent powers, be it for real or woe.
Just as a pause here, Nix, with your superb night vision. Marty, it's a little bit harder for you to see, but over. Oh no! What? There we go. Over yonder, you do see a two-story plaster and wooden building with a slanted roof that slants from here to the lowest point down here, with a large door that opens up, a double door that opens up over here. There's also tracks on the ground that leads into it, so probably the stables.
Right. I was assuming so with the tracks.
Yes, with the carriage. And then you also have a two-story wooden and plaster building that attaches to the stone of the castle, which is this thing here, which had a metal door that led into it, and you saw briefly like a desk and a chair and stairs. Yes, thank you. Continue.
So, it seems almost like you have two different powers, I guess. One of them, the whole burning crown, third eye. I'm so... the fury, the flame, the anger. And... of light. They seem like vastly different powers coming from vastly different sources, and yet you both come from you for some reason. You never questioned it. I mean, you probably did, but did you properly investigate it in any way?
Honestly, Amatir, it's not like I can see myself, It's not like I stand in front of a mirror that often. Or when I do, I don't exactly use magic in front of it.
No, of course,
I tend to admire myself more often.
But you've been traveling long, far, and yet no one told you about this. I mean...
I guess we're always focused on the torment, shall we say. One thing after another.
Look, this is a fight. You can't win unless you take a look at the bigger picture, my friend. If you just go from moment to moment, you'll always be on the reactive side of things. You'll never be able to initiate something of your own. And
of course.
Of your own.
But that's kind of why I wanted to go to Crest too, to speak to the abbot. But now he's here, and then he just tells me, hey, you're fucking weird. And I'm like, no shit. And like, what more about that? And he's like, yeah, I don't know, you're tainted and all that. But exactly what we can do with this, I was hoping he would appear
So does he call everyone tainted or just like?
I don't know. I've never spoken to him before. We had some information to go to him because he might have information, and particularly about my jacket. So
Yeah, it's a nice jacket. It's beautiful, obviously.
right, but someone else used to wear it.
Who was that?
I don't know. A blonde-haired man.
Piercing blue eyes?
It's not like I had a picture. I just hear rumors from people within Velaki. But they say that maybe he would know.
Oh, I see. Well, heritage is a weird thing. And so overrated if you ask me. You know, I have something weird about. Guys, like golden field butterflies out of my body, and the wind stuff.
I have noticed.
Yeah, that's completely new to me. I have no idea what I'm doing.
But you have this like horn in your head. That's not new though, right?
No, that's my soul. I copied all my stuff.
But the horn itself, like...
I was born with it. I wasn't born with it. It grew out for me. As I was young,
Gotcha.
Horns be like that, I guess. I think
well, I have two, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just down with symmetry.
Well, my face isn't really that symmetric. Begin with.
You're not wrong. But it has a certain charm about it. I'm sure someone out there will
You
enjoy
don't have
it.
to. You don't have to. It's fine.
I'm just, no offense, but you're not exactly Well, I can basically, let's put it this way. I'm glad you can change into different things.
Me too. Or my life would be a lot more complicated.
But maybe you should be more confident in who you truly are, because just like you said to me, there is a war, and you've got to be confident in who you are. And it's just like I'm trying to do. Admit my mistakes. And pay for them, you have to do too.
That's the thing. I don't really have an idea of who I am. If that makes sense. I thought I had everything figured out up until roughly 2 years ago when I met Anya and started talking. I realized
the gate, another kind of like archway, completely the same, but the valve and the iron gate is closed. But as you put your hands on it, it does budge, and it opens up slightly, like creaking. And you're able to pass through.
I have no idea what to be confident in.
Well, you are a pretty good dragonborn, if I have to give you feedback.
Oh, well, thank you. You weren't, you were pretty good yourself.
I was just channeling my inner ass. What can I say?
Mm-hmm. I think it's something I need to figure out for myself, and how.
Well, Mother is here, and I'm doing my very best to not go inside again.
Well,
Abandon Illyria.
No one didn't abandon Illyria. But chairs would have been flung, and knives would have been inserted into certain bodies. Let's just put it that way.
Here, there are two square. Probably towers with these doors that probably lead to some kind of mechanism for the drawbridge, because as you Nyx look beyond this gate once again, this valve, and beyond there is a bridge over the chasm that you went with the horses, is currently closed. It says drawed up, the bridge.
Okay, I'm gonna go over there. Alright, like, just get curious, is like the door unlocked?
The door is indeed unlocked. Ugh. But it's so hard to grasp. Come on, little fella.
I believe in you.
You can do it.
Dynamic lightning. You need to delete one little line or else ruin your whole map.
I poke my head in.
Indeed, there's a massive cog and machinery in here, but no obvious way of how to move it. Like, there's no lever, there's no button, nothing to pull, nothing to push, nothing to lift.
I look up, is there like people hanging from the ceiling?
There are two bats. There are two
Sorry?
bats. There are two bats in the rafters above.
I squint my eyes at them glaringly.
You attack?
What initiative?
For the bats?
Martha, did you attack the bat?
No, it was a mistake.
Okay.
Fuck you,
You
man!
you cannot reach it anyway.
She's jumped.
Okay.
We're being watched. Yeah, I'm not able to like little hello to them. Behind. Little to the loo. So,
I go closer to it and just like investigate if there's like a missing crank or something like that.
Make me an investigation cutting.
Oh, okay. 1 minute. Okay. An 8.
You haven't really studied drawbridges in your life. Nor have you really been interested in like engineering and things like that, so it's a lot of parts, man.
Magnets, how do they work? It's a big wheel, Hamatia.
Well, if I would be a betting woman, I would probably think that one of the magical key things that the servants possess may grant access to controlling this bridge.
Perhaps. Can you look down, see like if there's any like hoof prints or anything like that?
Oh, no. Nothing much you can say.
As far as I'm concerned, this is sorcery.
Greek.
Leave.
push him! Yes.
Duck. Oh.
Do you close the door on your way out, or leave it?
Yeah. I do one last to the loo to the bats and close the doors.
Okay.
I mean, there is a certain confidence in a person, and with the security level of his castle, you just leave the drawbridge mechanism open like that. If it was somehow susceptible to attack, then we wouldn't just open it, or maybe the lock is jammed or something, and we didn't bother to fix it.
Who exactly is going to attack Strahd?
You don't know, but my impression of Strahd from what you're telling me is that he's a rather paranoid person, so...
I'm paranoid? I'm
If not vain.
Vain, yes.
Maybe.
A bit creepy, yes. Possessive. Toxic.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the personality that I would enjoy being around, but here we are.
Indeed, here we are. In the meantime,
In the meantime,
Illyria, Thad, you
Yes.
walked out of the garden, just around the castle, while Styx and Hamartia went the other way around. And you went back to that huge oaken door that is in front of you now, with that little entryway with the wolves peering down from above, and then beyond that, still that door also open into that grander hallway with the 4 pillars that goes off into different directions, into the staircase leading up. Remember, like, the first time you were here, I described there were 3 sets of glowing eyes in the darkness, and then a hiss and they disappeared?
Yeah.
That's where they
Oh.
were. You also have, of course, the dining room that you talked with Straw for the first time down here. But you know where to go. You're gonna go back to the ball.
It seemed like the best idea to just wander around.
Yeah, I suppose. Let's after you.
Alright, let's fix the music here. Perfect. So, as you step into the ballroom once more, there's a noticeable shift in the air. It's still that blue marble and gold floor, the twinkle, the painted leather circular windows, and the shadows that they cast, the magnificent play of color and form. The string quartet music continues like before, and the inhabitants of the ballroom continue their dancing, lounging, eating, drinking, conversing, but the atmosphere is a little bit more wild, loose. Wine and other substances and debaucheries have clearly loosened tongue and body language. Some guests have discarded their masks now. Some vampires have clear bloodstains in the corner of their mouths, and their movements have become more bold, more demanding, more grandiose, more themselves, for better or for worse.
Seems like it's starting to be a party.
Yeah, I suppose. Don't want to get on their bad sides. Let's go get a drink, I guess.
Sounds like a plan.
Instead goes to the drink.
Alright.
Takes a little thing of little glass of the hard liquor, whatever they have.
Yeah, another one of their
just
that amber
and just
liquor.
another one, and just holds it.
Is it a
Kinda-
very small glass though? One. I mean,
Yeah.
it is the strongest they have.
Lyra does kind of like try to be a bit more confident, although, you know, I feel like she's always trying to have that air of confidence.
Yeah. Well, immediately as you step up to the wine table and take whatever drink that you prefer, you're stepping forward from the other side with his hoard of golden chains and golden thread, this rotund man with shining yellow eyes from behind a golden panther mask, and hanging from his golden turban is a great yellow diamond the size of a small golf ball. Despite his heavy build, he gives a dazzling smile and steps forward and immediately takes your hand and fake kisses it.
Oh,
Um,
I don't believe we've made acquaintance yet.
The guest of honor, Lady Feathermore. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I do not wish to cause any social faux pas on your end, so I will forgive you for not knowing who I am and introduce myself post-haste. Prince Ariel Duplomet. But you may call me Prince Ariel for your ease and comfort.
Pleasure to meet you, Prince Ariel.
And this must be the famous survivor from the Protectorate that I heard some things about. That the initial negotiations with my Lord Emperor Strahd ended quite drastically. Would you favor me with a recount of the tale, Mr.
Oh, fuck.
Thaddeus. Suppose I'm famous now.
There were
And
things to be.
Pray tell, where did you hear about me? Was it from your master?
Well, words tend to get around, but as the prime financial advisor to this administration, there are a few things that do not get passed through my ears.
Quite understandable.
Still, I'd rather hear it from your mouth. So, what happened?
Well, on a quest, I suppose. Entered the Vale, and your master was waiting. Took care of us post haste, and here I am. Kind of deadpans the last part.
I think you're leaving out some important details, but no matter. It's quite clear to me that this protectorate is lacking tact and respect. But what can you expect from an institution so young, really? Still, a most unfortunate event, as this isolation this administration finds itself in is clearly catastrophic for business. That meeting could have been pivotal in securing trade routes and alliance, or perhaps a way to start unravel the strange circumstance we find ourselves in.
Well, I do think it is of importance that I shall try to pen a letter as soon as I'm able to avoid any further incidents.
Ah, well, most poignant. Let me read my approach of all this pretense, Lady Feathermore. I have stepped forward to warn and to advise you. First, let me inquire. Am I correct in assuming that you hold some tender emotions to this protectorate, or at least the people within?
Well, I do. It is my homeland after all.
Understandable. Now, I'm quite sure that a lady of your stature understands what alliance with an outside party can do for the people in this room, and Barovia as a whole. A party that is, let's say, more rooted and consistent than the Vistani.
Yes.
Perfect. Then I can imagine you already know what will happen if the Protectorate continues to, disrespect and deny Lord Strahd his due. Duchess Nonell has angered Lord Strahd because of her lack of loyalty to the Tsarevich name. But if the Protectorate doesn't work with Lord Strahd, then what choice does he have? Do we all have? And let me remind you, Lady Feathermore, though I doubt that is necessary, that Lord Strahd is extremely wealthy still. And of course, so in part because of my help. They don't call me the Golden Dragon for nothing, do they? He also have a number of powerful artifacts, of course, still in his possession, but arguably the most important aspect that bears repeating is, well, do you know of Lord Strahd's blood-covenant father, Emperor Barov?
I am somewhat acquainted with the history.
Oh, well, that's great. It just goes to show what an upstanding member of society that you are in both reincarnations, I must say. Not a small feat. Well, we all know that Emperor Barrow was fierce and a talented ruler. He all but created the Savage line and ruled it for many thousands of years. However, Emperor Barrow failed in his conquest of the archipelago of Cardas, as you know. He was destroyed by Empress Jay in this very valley. But it was Lord Strahd, with his tactical genius, his martial ability, his charm, his cunning, well... In the end, his brutality defeated the legendary Emperor. Empress Shane proved himself to be greater than his father. And all other vampires in this court, for that matter. Someone worthy to follow indeed. Now, Lady Fenimore, imagine what tactical brilliance that Strahd could lend to Duchess Nonnell. She may be brutal and a real fiend on the battlefields, as I've heard. But she's no general like Lord Strahd. Imagine what would happen to the war with the Protectorate. Imagine the unnecessary bloodshed, the loss.
I do get a distinct feeling that this is a threat to my homeland.
As I said, I've come here with a warning, not a threat. Please do not misjudge my intentions. Personally, I don't care. What I want is to...
There's a fine line between a warning and a threat, but
most acute.
It is in my interest as well that this relations between Barovia and the Protectorate are good, although that might not be an easy feat to achieve.
No. Then let me, calm your heart by coming to the advice part of my little, unfortunate ambush tonight. My humble advice. If you truly have a bleeding heart for the Protectorate and its people, I would ponder very carefully on how to make the Protectorate at least cordial towards Lord Strahd and agree to his terms. I have heard, of course, that your biological parents are quite influential in the Protectorate. I would consider sending them a letter through the Pisani and work whatever angle you got. And my advice is also to do that fast. Lord Strahd possesses patience, so do we all, but after 500 years, well, our patience is running thin.
Of course, I too want to avoid any further unfortunate incidents.
Good. Then, well, of course, if you need any advice or, of course, how to disperse your earnings for a little fee, I am here for you to seek out. And,
I will keep it in mind.
Consider my words carefully. Thank you. You usually are beneficial for us both. Enjoy the festivities.
You too.
Prince Ariel, the Golden Dragon, bows his head, and only his head, in sign of respect, then takes his dazzling display of gold and his insightful words elsewhere on the bottom of the floor.
Illyria kind of waits until he's a little bit away, looks around to see that nobody's watching too closely,
not too
and
closely.
then immediately reaches for whatever harder stuff there is that Thad has been drinking.
Oh, trust me, it's really good.
And she just looks towards Thad and is like,
Cheers.
God, I hate this.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And it just
kinda, like-
downs the whole thing.
Yeah, Illyria does too, or just kind of laughs. It's a lot more fun
Picks
now
up
that we're
another
allowed
one.
to drink.
And with that sentiment, let's get to the break and refill our glasses.
Speaking of drinks,
Oh, yeah, indeed. Speaking of drinks, so yeah, indeed. Let's go for a short break, and come back happy and ready. Yes, Shan, I'm gonna go and refill my drink. Indeed, I'll be back soon. Bye bye.
I'll be back as well.
Adrian. Hello.
Hello.
Adrian.
Hmm.
How are you?
I'm a little cold tonight.
Oh, you're having cold.
No, I'm cold as in I am chilled.
Chilled, like nice chilled or like good chilled?
Like I would prefer more blankets.
So, can I... Do you want... I have a blanket, I tell you want it?
Yeah, sure. Fax it to me.
Yeah. I'll bring it to you, physically.
I'll be fine. It's just it's really stupid here in the UK. Like the weather was like snow, then sunshine, then snow, then sunshine.
Jesus.
Like 3 times in a row. It was ridiculous. And like the temperature changes swing so wildly. Like 2 weeks ago it was like almost 20 degrees Celsius, and then like the following, like last week, was -1. It was like
What the fuck?
21 degree in a week. Temperature swings are just, it's difficult to handle.
Yeah.
Like, even in hard, but it decreases gradually, you know. And I've lived in Australia where I experienced +43, but it increases gradually. It's not like it's 20 degrees one day and then freaking plus 43 the next day. Why
see.
you gotta be like this? So the temperature fluctuations are really weird here.
I'm back.
You are...
Moonbow! 6 months! Oh my god! So happy to see you. Hope you're doing good. I've been missing you. Oh, I just had a quick snack. And I ate that bitch so fast. Whew.
Was it the whole Falukorv?
I got myself some yogurt.
Ooh. I had spicy,
I also just realized I had like this face the entire time as I was talking to that guy, and then I kind of realized that you can't see it.
Ooh, I'm the golden dragon. I'm going to kill all your friends.
Oh my god! Why does everybody hate on all of these?
Because he's such an ass!
Oh, okay, there we go.
Like over the top, sort of like smile, and then I was like, "Why am I doing this? No one can see me."
Well,
Hey, can you tell me how all of your friends died? Thank you very much.
That's called method acting. I am alive, and I hear that's important. Glad to catch a stream, though. Should be able to catch more now that I'm not working. Okay, I'm so happy that you're
try
alive.
Staying alive.
Yeah, we like you alive, Moonbow.
Yeah.
Staying alive!
It's very good. Okay. Is everybody present and ready?
Is Chad the Fad here?
I might.
Oh, mate. We need to talk more about it later, Moonbow. Okay. Then let's get back into it. We still have some time with Thad and Illyria before Nyx and Hamardia will come back to the dance floor. Immediately, you can see Pascal, the man with the hair that has some white in it, and that really sleek black suit that he's wearing, look over to you with a little bit of a questioning look, and then looking a little bit disappointed, and then kind of calls over to you, saying, "Oh, where's your little friend?
Huh?
The one who was enjoying my food. I hope she's still here, right? With us in the living?" Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I think he's talking about the
Talking about Marcia.
the Holland one, yeah, Marcia.
Amartya's his name? A strong name. Well, do tell me when she decides to drop in.
Will do.
You two head off.
She is just getting some fresh air.
That might be good before what I have in store for her. It's so exciting to find somebody who enjoys her creations. Now, don't let me disturb you anymore.
Illyria just kind of looks at that and is like, I don't know what this was about.
What? I mean, I guess those two really hits it off.
Well, shall we try to mingle some more?
Yes, I suppose we should. Thad just kind of takes his drink.
Illyria just kind of looks around and looks for sort of like anybody who looks like she wouldn't disturb too much, or like just anybody who's just on the side talking.
Well, you have the Walker group, who is currently talking with that rather angry-looking, silver-haired gnome. with
They
those
seem to be
striking red eyes.
we have.
You also see, actually no dancing, standing a little bit to the side, is this very tall and imposing figure with golden locks, and this rather like white-haired lady with striking blue eyes who seem to
I'm
be.
trying to think. Has anybody told Illyria that one's the Hag Queen?
No.
Yeah, we
Oh?
did come
Yeah,
back
no, you did.
Yeah,
and
you
say,
did.
and we
Yeah,
like
we
sort of
definitely-
cross notes.
You
We've pointed that out.
do hear that they seem to be locked in a rather intense conversation. You can attempt to do a subterfuge cunning if you want to.
Oh boy. I mean,
Got me to
that's
hear.
gonna go well.
Got me to listen in on someone.
They seem to be talking about something intense.
Let's give it a whirl, I suppose. 23.
Well, I will take the average between you two, so you need to do it together. So,
Go, go, go!
16.
okay. Then.
Ah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Still
Yeah.
pretty good.
So indeed, Baba Lasaga is indeed dressed in this sleek, bright, pastel jello suit, with just a simple shirt underneath. She doesn't wear any kind of mask. She just have this soul mark out and about, and she has this heavy amber eyes. A little bit of a lazy cat-like feeling to her eyes. She's talking to this rather delicate-looking woman that is wearing a very sparkly dress. Actually, it's this rather white. Light bluish underdress that has this heart-shaped cleavage, puffy shoulders, and then draped over it is this very, very thin lace-like material that has weaved into it tiny sparkling crystals, making the whole thing, like her whole visage, kind of sparkle and gleam in the white light. And she has a matching mask to go with it. And you immediately hear Baba saying, "Really have no use for it. After all that work we did to obtain them, I mean, I can think of 1,000 things to do with it, but my house is a great place for it." The white-haired lady shakes her head lightly, with a non-ending serene expression on her face. "No, I'm quite content with leaving it in the hands of my free folk. They need it more than I, and they quite deserve it after their losses and their savagery." "Really, Rin?" Baba says with a quirked eyebrow. "Your lack of ambition is quite disturbing. But your kind is usually like that, isn't it? Though you are quite the extreme case, still." Rin doesn't seem deemed to answer. She only stares evenly with her, now you notice, pupil-less icy blue eyes at Baba. And Baba only sighs heavily in response. "Well, consider our agreement and victory complete. We have broken them and gotten the final piece of each of the primes. A bit bittersweet now, actually, now when we have conquered it all. What is there left to do than just guard what we have?" Rin only lets her eyes wander a bit and then coolly nods in agreement. Baba sighs once more, pats her once on the shoulder, and then leaves her alone.
Any idea what was that about?
No clue.
All right.
I guess she's
Isn't she?
over there.
Wasn't she your friend's? What's her face? Her mate's mother's, or something.
Oh, no, that one's her mother, and she kind of points towards Morgantha.
Oh. You folk have an interesting past, I suppose.
Anyways, nobody I want to talk to here, so should we make our way over there?
Yeah, you want to go talk to your boyfriend or something?
Hmm?
You want to go talk to your boyfriend or something?
My
Is he even
boyfriend?
around here?
I think he's back there. Or what? Oh,
Oh, he's talking.
is he dancing with Canterbury?
And it's going around, I suppose.
They're having a discussion. You can try to do a subterfuge.
Honestly, I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck, man!
Well, after you, I suppose.
I mean, I think Illyria kind of like is gonna like make her way back like here and see what they're up to, and then kind of like spots her. Like, what is she up to?
Alright.
Oh,
Kind of follow.
she just seemed to be having a conversation with yeah, well, the three people here, as you know, as Elsa and Erasmus.
Yeah. Yes, Illyria kind of like puts on her best, like, you know, like sort of like confident, like ball sort of face. Just kind of like walks over to those two, and if they don't look too busy.
Strahd is giving you some looks as you pass him by.
She smiles towards him.
Okay. You can hear Cantemir talking about the village Barovia. Where are you going next?
Exploited.
So you want to listen in?
No, I don't think so. It would.
Okay.
I was like, I don't know, like, do those two look busy?
Okay, so this is what you see. You see a, rather rough-looking, woman, dressed in in furs and a skirt. Not really caring to wear a mask. Passed out on the sofa.
Oh, so she's passed out!
Heavily snoring right now. And you can see this rather crystally, like, princess delicate form that is Rin, with her crystals shining in all directions and her serene, like, smile on her face, like, looking down curiously at a snoring woman.
Okay.
That's all what's going on over there.
Well, shit.
Well, I can't say I didn't see that coming.
Well, after you, Lady Illyria.
Oh. Everybody seems kind of busy at the moment.
Seems like your boyfriend got bored.
He's not my boyfriend.
Is he though?
Cantemir tries to catch your attention as you walk by.
Cantemir, it's nice to see you here.
His head is held high, a confident but polite smile on his lips. but there's a clear, nervous twinkle in his eyes. He has dressed up as much as he can. Wearing this long dress jacket in a rather dull grey color, but though there is some attempts of a golden embroidered like wheat straws that goes from the bottom of this jacket all the way up to his chest. It's a little bit faded, but you know, its least is there. And then he has a mask that is made out of rather tired and old-looking like cloth flowers. He gives a full bow. And that's when you notice that keeping kinda in step with him is a young man with curly hazel brown hair, and he's carrying a very set of complex emotions on his face that are very hard to read, and is wearing this two-piece suit made out of like light brown leather and a fox mask with some small red feathers around it. And Candemir immediately says, "Ah, my lady Lyria, such an honor meeting you, illustrious person, once again. I hope you have fared well since the last time we met."
Yes, I think we've been holding up quite well.
Oh, it's brilliant to hear. I need to inform you that I am sorry for what the chaos that was caused during your time in the village of Barovia. A misunderstanding, I assure you. The tavern is already being rebuilt from my own purse, nonetheless. And Lord Strahd has shown me the truth about the Vistani, which are of course warmly welcome in my humble village. So does say the elected burgomaster of the village of Barovia. So ever if you or Nix or anybody else want to return there, you know, please do so.
Lyra's trying very hard to mask her amusement.
That is just staring with a half smile.
A misunderstanding, I'm sure.
Indeed, of the gravest nature, and I am so thankful that Lord Strahd was willing to give me another chance to right the wrongs that I have caused.
Yes, you're a lucky man indeed.
The man, like over his shoulder, finally takes like a step forward. With a voice that's dripping with emotions, he quickly says, I didn't think I would get this opportunity to personally thank you for what you have done for me. I did not deserve it. Modding Lord knows that. And maybe you shouldn't have, considering what happened, but I'm still glad to be alive right now, and not in such pain. So, thank you.
No reason.
You're a little bit confused right
Does
now
it sort
over
of
the words spoken,
make
so make
sense?
me an empathy check with intelligence.
Okay. I mean, me as a player, I do think I know who this is, but...
Let's see. It's not a hard check. Let's see. Empathy, intelligence.
That's a whopping +2.
Whoop whoop! It's not connecting right now, but I mean, you always have the power of asking. Wow.
I'm sorry, but could you remind me
What?
who you are?
Oh, you. Oh, I must look so. Oh.
You are looking quite nice right now, I must say.
Thank you. and you can see a little bit like of blush spreading behind the mask. It's Duro.
Oh. I mean, I think you mostly have Saras for that thing.
I was hoping to thank her in person for what she did. But I can't. She's not with you?
We parted ways a while ago. I'm very sorry. But I'm glad to see you well.
Parted ways. Is she alright?
She is alright.
There's like his shoulders droop a little bit. It's been a little bit tense. That's good to hear. It's very good to hear. Canthemir sways a little bit on the back of his feet a little bit. Right. Well, now you know. Heartfelt apologies. Please come and visit my village. As I said, I'm Burgomaster now, so...
You're Burgomaster?
Well, yes, fairly elected Burgomaster.
So...
Yeah, sadly, Ismark did not do that well for himself. To be honest, I do think I see a little bit of his dad in him.
Is Marc well?
Oh yes, of course. He's an able-bodied young man. He's out working the fields like he should, where he belongs.
Is he telling the truth? Why am I so bad at everything that's not stabbing things? Nope.
Well, it was hard for you to read this man beforehand. It's a little bit hard to read him now. And it's a little bit fantastical what he's saying, so... Who knows? Who knows? I do. I hope that with my leadership and the boons that I've landed in my lap, that, the next time you come and visit Barovia, it's going to be more of a illustrious affair, but do give me some time. I'm working on it.
I'm sure you are.
Yes. Now, before this grows too awkward, thank you so much for listening to me. Be Duro here, at least I'm going to have a glass of wine.
Oh boy. What a character. What a fucking character.
Larry kind of like turns to that and just kind of laughs a little.
I was just watching the whole thing with a half smile on his face the whole time.
He's been selling stuff for way too high, and last time we met, I kind of told him where to shove his gold.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Seems like nice folk overall.
Oh, he's a lovely person.
Seems like being royalty has its perks, I suppose.
Well, I guess.
So what now?
Well, I think back there's the one who, helped us out earlier. Although she is talking to Erasmus.
Who's Erasmus again?
Richten's son back
Oh,
there.
that's right. That's right. You told me the whole thing. That's right. Yeah, we can kind of hang around if you want. Or we can just hover around them
At that point,
till they get
actually,
uncomfortable.
Nyx and Hamorthia has made their way back into the ballroom. I assume
Oh,
that's
yeah.
where you wanted to go.
Yeah.
Nix will take a hot second to let Hamachi go in first and like look up to the parapets to see if anyone was like looking down at them
Ooh, okay,
before entering in.
Make me intelligence.
Make me intelligence.
Make
I don't know if I can make you intelligent.
craft it for
Make
me,
me
but give it to
find
me.
smart, please.
No. Perception intelligence.
Another 18.
Another 18. Ooh, you try to look up into the mists and to the gloom above. And you do see some baths. Good job, Becky, right now. Some bats and some flashes of lightning, but otherwise, no.
I think I'm going to catch myself up with another dear family member, which I'm told is here.
And who is this?
Well, I don't really know what's my blood relationship with her, but from what the way you described Bubbly Saga, that sounds like an aunt of mine, which I never met.
Right. She is quite intimidating, shall we say?
Of course she is.
I'm like see Nyx like walks into the ballroom one. Yeah.
Yeah. You walk into the ballroom. There are some people that are dancing. You see Thad and Illyria is having a discussion across the floor. And standing with her back to you guys, talking with this dark-skinned lady over here, is the very tall form of a blonde woman.
Right in front of Hamachi.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Hamata will not go behind her back. She will go near her eyesight and just try to like meld into the conversation. Wait for it, mostly.
You can hear them talking about you basically stepped into a conversation where this woman here actually asked about Thad to Baba, and Baba immediately said that, well, I have no clue who they are. You should go over there and talk to them. Just stop being so shy like you usually are. And then she sees you and go, oh, hello there. Says the dark-skinned woman, and kind of leans down a little bit to look at you with curious eyes, with her rather, her eyes are like very bright gray.
Is that a soul mark on the face?
Well, it could just be a tattoo. Who knows?
Who knows? Oh, hello there. I'm Marcia. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure is all mine. You're quite an interesting little figure, are you not? I wonder how that horn came to be.
Bexxy, I didn't catch you. You had lag. Sorry.
No worries. You're quite an interesting little figure, aren't you? I've never seen quite a horn like that.
She doesn't have her own out. She is in the approachable form.
Oh.
Like,
Have she ever had the horn out?
Never. She is in public, and in public she doesn't use her true form.
Okay.
The horn only comes out whenever she's in her true form or casting spells. If she's doing neither, she's not her horn.
That's true. Okay. Then she is.
I'm sorry.
No worries. She's going to say instead, I never met one of Morgantha's, let us say, hybrids.
Oh, well, what do you know about us hybrids?
I'm sorry? I'm getting a lot of,
Am I getting blood?
No,
Am I
no,
lagging?
no,
I feel like I started something.
I'm just getting a lot of gift subs right now. It's
Oh,
very
Jesus!
hard time
Fuck.
to focus.
Jesus Christ!
Thank you. Okay, I gotta pause and say thank you so much, Silent, for your Prime subscription. Thank you so much, Julie, for your gift to Xagi. Moonboy, yes, Moonboy gifted 100 with a hype, and then Hamo gave away 5 gift subs, and then Random gave away 10. So,
and Moonbook
and then-
did another two.
and then Moonbo with another 2. Holy fucking shit. What have I done to deserve you all? Thank you so much for your gifts. It's very much appreciated. I love you all. Thank you. It's just a little bit awkward sometimes when I'm trying to be a serious GM, but hey, I will forgive you. Oh my god, everybody!
There we go.
Oh my god. Oh, Moonboy, you. Oh, I can't even talk right now. I'm so freaking out.
On the stage.
Moonboy Rose, thank you so much for your kind words. Okay. Now,
Just continue.
Yes.
Sen!
And scene!
I am Sen. Okay, Tista says to Harmardia, oh, I haven't described how she looks. Everybody have their looks. Tista is quite long, a little bit wily, lithe, very like long neck, long flowing black hair. And she wears this pant dress actually that has very small gray crystals put into it and is very form-fitting, hugging her form. I mean, there ain't no faults about this lady, but she's a little bit on the lighter side. She is not wearing a mask. Perhaps she were once upon a time, but right now she is not. I don't know what to call you. I haven't heard a specific name for it, but Morgantha's had her younglings in the past. You know, half witch and half Barovian.
Oh, I see. So we are not the first generation of these hags born, then?
Now, I do think that you have 2 sisters, true hags, is it not? Were their names not?
Yes.
Thalia and Bella.
You would be correct.
That's very good of you, Tissa, to remember.
Of course, I remember all of the names of my family, but I do not believe I know your name.
Oh, Lady Tissa the Slope.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure is all mine.
Oh no, I'm still lagging.
It's more like I am lagging. She says, the pleasure is all mine. I am always appreciating to see a new face in our community. It spruces things up. Speaking of new faces and members of the community, can you tell me a little bit more about that man with the hair on fire?
Thaddeus Vance, that would be the name, yes. He's a fascinating sort, isn't he? That flowing, burning hair,
In all my
I-
time, I have never seen something quite like it. Do tell me, is he agreeable when stepping up to him and like?
He's mostly distant, actually. I mean, he wouldn't give you a hard time in a talk, but you need to spatter him up a little bit in order for him to open up.
Okay. All right.
Bexxy!
Okay.
Oh god, what's going on?
I'm sorry, Baba, but I just feel something within me just bursting with creativity. I need to go and take care of this.
Okay.
Take care, little one.
Mm.
And she's gonna go up towards Sad, and then Baba's amber eyes that are a little bit, very lazy, like turn towards yours. Now, what would somebody like you want with me?
Before I answer that question, I want to know how to address you.
Oh. Well, haven't you been brought up right? Well, there are sure more fancier titles that could be befitted for one such as I, but I have always just preferred good old Baba.
I shall take it to heart, Baba. Well, I heard about you, and I was curious to see what I presume is family.
In a way, but I'm not entirely sure. I've had quite a few daughters in my time. But the way that Mogamtha treats me, I don't think that she's in a direct family to me, no. Though, I've been around for quite some time.
Oh, I see.
And well, of course, she's one of the night, and to be true about it and technical, I'm agreed. You do know what these terms mean, don't you?
I didn't hear you, so I can't really react to that.
Oh, Baba says, well, in truth, we are of different kinds as well. Mogamtha is a knight, and I am a green.
Oh, I see. Yes. So you lead the coven then, if I'm informed correctly.
Well, I have tried, but Rin and Mogamtha is not... They are not really the type to follow directions in that way. And I am without my coven of covens. You know? My coven is 3 times 3 times 3. But they weren't here at the point of... well, all of this.
So you're sending away from your coven then?
It's been a long wait, but it's worth it to keep my boy's rod company.
I bet you have great plans for him.
I had great plans. And now they have been thwarted. I have looked as much as I can into this nasty curse business, but there's something there more powerful than I.
Can I make an empathy composure about that? Like, is she really resigning, or is she trying to hide something?
Sure. Go ahead.
Nope. Actually, I'm gonna use my inspiration on that one.
16! Oh! Well... She seems incredibly open. Because she's so extremely confident in herself. And her own power. At least that's what you think.
It's a shame. If there was anything I could do to help you break this curse, I would gladly do so.
I'm not entirely sure if it is ever gonna lead to something, but I do think my boy is right in trying to involve other minds than those stuck here. I mean, we haven't come to a solution. Perhaps somebody else's will. Even though, well, gathered here and have had been gathered here are a posse of people that have been talents of centuries, talents of eons even. They flocked to the court of Savoie. Their hope is slim, but what could it hurt?
Well, perhaps what we need is a fresh perspective. Someone new.
Perhaps. So, you have decided to break away from your mother. Well, it's quite awkward to be four in a coven, is it not?
Yeah, I suppose so.
You do know that me and Morgamtha has not always seen eye to eye, and, well, you could gain my favor if you, well, I do like you a little bit. I could always adopt you in return of learning some ways of how to, well, I do not wish her dead because of our agreement as Night Apostles, but I do wish to fuck her over a little bit.
That makes the both of us.
Oh, perfect. Well, you do know where to find me, don't you?
Actually, I did not. I was not privy to that information, unfortunately. Morgantha kept her cards close to her chest.
In the swamp to the south, of course. Where else does Baba live?
Of course. My apologies for my ignorance.
But did she not even teach you about the borders between our territories?
She thought about the borders, but not what's beyond them.
Oh,
Hey,
shame.
that was bound to explode in her face.
Yes, I do think so too. I do see there's an interesting power within you. And she reaches down and kind of brushes your cheek with her hand rather lightly. I would be quite interested to see where it goes and what's the source. You do know where to find me, little one.
And the opportunity presents itself. I will come.
Good.
Thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure to meet you. You're an absolutely marvelous woman.
Well, flattery does go a long way, does it not?
It does.
Okay.
Hamata gives a curtsy.
It's like a quick nod, a flash of a cat-like grin, and she steps away. Nix, what were you doing through all of this?
Well, he's looking around and letting Hamatia have her moment, I suppose. But I'm needs to address the fact that Cantamir's here.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
But you know he's slightly changed since last time, and he's going to see him being all over there by the wine and whatever. And,
Yeah, he's like gulping down a glass of wine right now.
I'm gonna stomp over in my garb, swishes, over to Durania and Eon and Aragol.
Oh, okay.
And just like outright look at them. I don't know what they're talking about. Nix doesn't really care. But he's like,
they're like dancing to themselves in this like three circle, and there are quite a few glasses on this table behind them, and they're having food there as well, and they're definitely the loudest, most cheery part of this this whole affair.
oh, Nix is gonna be the party pooper.
Oh no.
Is like Durania holding like a glass or something?
Yeah, in one hand, she has a half full of glass of wine. The other hand, she's like holding onto Aragol and like twirling around in a circle.
Nick stomps over there with like somewhat of a temper after seeing Cantamir being here and remembering exactly what the hell happened. And just walk up to Dorinia, see that she's having a good time, and just slap the glass out of her hand. You dance after someone from your family was murdered by someone else in this room. It's time for frivolity.
Whoa,
it's time for acceptance.
Nix, the wine. Why would you? There's been so little wine as of late. What are you talking about? Slower. She is a little bit like... she doesn't really have her balance, if you say that like that.
Oh my god. So like that far gone? Are they all that far gone?
Yeah, Ion is kind of like standing there, like looking towards the quartet and like moving his hand about a little bit lazily as he's like conducting them. And Aragol is like giving a little bit of a hiccup. Yeah, why, Nix, are you like, calm down, do you want to join our festivities?
I don't want to join these festivities, no. I know who killed Alenka. And that person is here. The question here is, does someone being murdered bother you?
Oh, that, well, Nix, they all kind of look awkwardly between, you know, the three, and like Dorinia like waves her hand a little bit like, I got this, boys, don't worry about it. And like takes your hand and kind of moves you a little bit away. And like leans in a little bit too much and had to like adjust and go back a little bit. So that's all been taken care of with Lord Strad. The payments and the apology and all of that good jazz is done. It's done, I promise.
Yes. You were paid for the life of Alenka. And that's it? That's all you care about?
No, of course not. This is horrible, but this is going to be good for the Vestani. For the first time, Nix, you need to look at the bright side. We are welcome in Vallaki. We are going to become like, what, the Peace Force or something like that? Or a part of it at least? And now we are also welcome in Barovia for the first time. It's happy, it's time to celebrate.
What the fuck are you talking about, Arenia? Have you fallen so far from the Vistani way that you're just so happy to let someone perish and just sweep it under the rug.
You need to calm down. Come with me. Alright, come in. Ah, the boys, when they're young, they're so worried, so full of passion. Nix, come here, now! Come! I need to take a bath for some air. And she walks down the hallway a little bit and like looks back and like sees if anybody's listening, and then turns to you, tries to give herself a little bit of slap on the cheek. Tries to sober up a little bit. Okay, do you know who the person is that is with? Can't it be? That fucktard?
Lucky.
No! There's a new vampire. I don't know, somebody from the village of Barovias turned a vampire. There are quite few of them, you know, when that happens, so he's lucky, I guess, something about him.
Wait. You're saying that there are new vampires in Barovia village?
Yes! Well, anyway, Strad wants him to learn from Cantemir, and then Cantemir will be removed when the time is perfect, and we will be the one to get to do it. Everything is great.
Oh, everything is not great. We can't.
Sorvia's death is, of course, horrible, Nix. Everybody agrees. But we cannot change the past. The only thing we can do is move forward and make it better for all of us, Danny.
Terenia.
And usually, trusting in what Lord Strad does usually does that for us.
But why is he here then? If he is being punished, why is he here at the ball? A mockery. If he knows who killed Alenka, and he brings him here, I feel so much shame for you, Terenia. You're so okay.
I don't understand why you're being so judgmental. I don't like you. Especially when you're like this. It's like you're questioning the Vistani way. Again. Why do you want to isolate yourself? Do you want to not have a family?
If it means having a family, that would just be bought off should I die. What kind of family is that, Terenia?
We're getting our revenge. And you cannot see that, because you're so high and mighty on your principles that are both naive and unrealistic.
I don't think that they are unrealistic to treat a life with the dignity and the respect it deserves. I can't stand here and be okay with
our revenge, and things are going to get better from it.
You're profiting of the death of Alenka.
To make sure it never happens again!
You've fallen so far, Terenia. Madame Eva would not stand for this.
And Madame Eva is not here. And I cannot stand how you talk to your elders. The disrespect.
You're not my elder, Terenia. Never
I am,
were.
by blood. But as always, that part of your blood seems very, very thin.
You're right. I never was a part of you. You made damn well sure of that by excluding me my whole life. And you expect me to just join in and be okay with your ambiguous morals being bought off by the Count. No,
It's not being bought
not
off,
my
it's-
family.
It's an alliance, Nix. It's a give and take. You're such a boy. It's infuriating. Come back and talk to me when you've grown up a little bit, and do not disturb my festivities again.
Such a bummy fuck.
Nix looks around like looking to smash something.
Okay, as you're looking at these huge paintings around you that are beautiful and all this luxury around you, like craving violence, we're gonna jump to Thad and Illyria.
Why was she so mean to him?
Story. This very tall, dark-skinned woman, life in her form, in a form-fitting gray, sparkly dress pant, or pant dress, steps forward, a little bit shyly, a little bit coyly. Oh, Lady Lyria, am I disturbing anything?
No, not at all. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. She just kind of looks up towards her.
Tista the slope. I have never seen anyone with such hair, such as yours. And I was enraptured for like a whole week when Erasmus came and joined us here. I had never seen crystals grow out of anybody's hair, but this might even be better. Which is amazing.
It is marvelous, isn't it?
And you know it too. This might be a little bit brazen of me, and I hope you do not find me weird by asking, but could I paint you?
Paint me.
Yes, you do know what that means.
Yes, I do, of course.
Good. I was hoping that
you're-
there were have some culture in the Protectorate.
That is gonna ignore that and just. You like to paint? Is that it?
I like to paint. It's quite an understatement. My life is painting. A few of the works of art that you see around the castle, and you know, all the ceiling paintings you might have seen, the frescoes. They were mine. I was here painting away, having a great time with this whole great commission that was Castle Ravenloft. And well, the wedding happened, and here I am.
I do say that art in this place is quite marvelous, quite beautiful.
And this was only the first fort. They were planning of building a palace, you know?
Oh, is that so?
Yes, but it never came to fruition.
That's true shame.
I would have worked on that for at least a decade until I finished. Oh, such a shame.
Would have been so much more room for your wonderful art.
Oh, indeed. It's been a few hard years, not gonna lie. But oh boy, there's something growing within me. An excitement. I felt it when I saw Erasmus, and I'm feeling it now. And I have to paint you.
Can I make a check if she's coming on to me?
Sure. Do an empathy composure.
Empathy composure. Alright. Empathy. Alright, that's not so good. That's. Oh boy. Nope. No idea. Great. Awesome.
It's a little bit overwhelming right now.
Cool painting. Alright, cool. Yeah, painting sounds fine, I suppose. So as long as it's just a painting, innit?
Well, if I can decide a little bit of, the setting and what you're wearing. I just wanna... I want to make something very, very clear.
And
I
what's
want
that?
to paint you unfetteringly, unadultering, unhinderedly you. I want to get the essence of who you are and
boy.
bring it out into the painting.
God damn it, Thad. Why'd you roll a 4? Sounds like a great time.
Really? That's brilliant. Okay. I'm a fast painter. I need about 30 minutes of your time. Really? Not more.
That is quite fast.
But
yes.
I need to set myself up. The lunch. 5 minutes. And
All right.
she turns into a poof of smoke, and there's a jackal on the floor that just goes running.
Well, it seems you have a date.
Yeah, I suppose I do. Date, is that what you was talking about?
No idea.
Yeah, I'm usually quite good at reading those kind of things. I don't know.
I'm not.
Kinda got lost in her eyes, I suppose.
Well,
Where's the lounge?
She moved down the hallway and into the room to the right, the one the tower lounge. Nix, you see a jackal go running beside you in the hallway.
The fuck? The hell is going on? Nix is pretty upset right now anyway, so he probably just like kind of ignore it at the same time as like half question it.
Yeah.
Should we go and like meet some of the people we haven't talked to yet?
Sure.
I think is that Hamartia back there?
Oh, I can hear you, right? It's like 10 feet away.
Sure, it's like 20 feet, but
Well,
sure.
yeah, but I just noticed you. You okay?
Oh, yeah, I am more than okay, actually. I am great, and I will explain why in a later date.
Alright,
You see a sly smile grace her lips. Oh, I thought this is going to be a nightmare, but it turns out it's great. I should probably go to the refreshment area.
oh, okay.
I would like if one of you or both of you will accompany me. I just want to check something out. Matia notices Gertruda and one of the hashtag vampire mean girls starting to talk to each other, and she's getting sort of sus about it.
Oh, yeah. Over there by the refreshments, you can see Gertruda and Volenda talk to each other.
She...
Oh?
Sorry, but is this one still watching the passed out woman?
She has sat down on beside her, and is kind of staring out into nothing.
Is Morgantha watching me at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay, so as Hamatia walks, she will, with her right hand, do a nice little hello motion to Morgantha, and that's it for now.
Okay.
Like, No. And she doesn't raise her hand or nothing. She just walks, and while her hand is like flailing around, she's going to do the peace hello directly at her.
Okay.
To be so off. Okay.
Okay. You notice immediately that Volenta and Gertruda are having quite an intense conversation. Make me a subterfuge cunning.
Okay, what am I rolling for? What's
To
the...
not interrupt their conversation and listen in.
Okay. Nine! Oh, that was a bad roll.
Do you guys have anything to like increase it by, or no? I guess.
Nope. I lose my inspiration.
All right. Immediately the conversation ends, and Gertruda's eyes goes over to you, and like there's like a little high, and Volenta turns around and looks at you.
Oh, hello. I'm just getting a bit of some refreshments. I hope I don't interrupt anything.
No, how can somebody like you interrupt me?
Oh, in many, many ways.
Yeah.
But of course I am being most courteous tonight. So...
Well, if you
I
tried
would like
anything,
to
that
use
would be
it.
your doom, because I am protected by Lord Strahd.
Of course.
I am
didn't
his
mean no
consort,
harm.
if you did not know.
I know.
It's Lady Volenta Popovsky.
My lady... Lenta Popovsky, was it?
Volenta
Yes.
Popovsky, yes, lady.
Lenta Popovsky, yes, lady. Sure. I'm just getting a bit of fashion with my friend here, Gertruda, so if you don't mind, I'm going to steal her for a moment.
Gertruda, do you want to go with Hamartia and not spend your time with me? Gertruda looks between both of you, looks to Volenta. Oh gosh, I don't want to be put in this kind of situation. I'm Volenta's best friend. I'm sorry.
It's only for a bit.
Well, it seems like Volenta needs me. I am very sorry. Perhaps a little bit later. I think Nyx also wanted me. Wow,
Well,
what did I
Nyx is a
just slip
good
through my
friend
mouth?
of
Martia will try to take her hand, not forcefully. Just like, just to give her a reassuring squeeze, if it's possible.
I mean,
Like, she...
Gonna roll a check.
Hmm?
I'm going to roll. She looks down at the hand, looks up at you. There's this shy smile, and she lets go of your hand and takes Volenta's hand.
Okay then.
I'm sorry, it seems like I'm needed. A little bit later, perhaps.
I'll
You
see you
wanted to
around then.
dance, Volenta, was it not? Dance? Did I want... Oh, yes, of course, yes. We shall go dancing.
My lady Valenta Popovsky?
Hamatia.
Yes.
See you around. And she drags Gertruda with her onto
I'll be watching.
the dance floor.
Oh, what a fool of a child.
that, you know, just reminds me, Lord Pascal wanted to talk to you.
Did he know? Well, who would be that gentleman?
Oh, he's back over there. He seemed quite disappointed when you were outside earlier.
Oh,
Something about you appreciating his creation? I assume he was talking about the food.
Okay. I mean, that sounded deeply disturbing, but if it's food, then fine. Yeah, I'll go talk to him. Can you, like, point him on the map for me?
Introduce you if you want.
Oh, that would be lovely. I just...
Yeah, and Lyria just kind of like takes Hamartia and like walks over.
Oh, okay, we're doing it right now, okay?
Oh, you can do it later if you want.
I mean, nah, it's fine. I mean, if someone made this food, I would like to give him my my compliments to the chef, I guess. She's
okay.
This is the first time I think someone wanted to talk to me. Like a stranger. It's weird.
Well, you got this, and I'm here, okay? She just kind of like, takes your hand and squeezes a little.
She takes like a breath, and gets her chin a little bit up, her posture, fixes her posture a little bit.
And Lyra kind of like walks up over here. I don't know if they're in a conversation.
They are. But immediately, Pascal kind of twirls away from it, and seemingly out of nowhere produces a white rose, goes down on a knee and gives it to Hamartia. Presents it to Hamartia.
Yeah.
My lovely creature, who immediately enjoyed my creation. This is for you and only you.
Oh, thank you. Hamartia is like, blush is red beneath her mask.
Illyria just kind of smiles.
It takes the rose and gives a curtsy as well. I mean, your creations are just lovely, exquisite. This is the best food I've ever eaten in my entire life, brief as it is.
He gives that earnest smile, stands up to his full height, dusts himself off a little bit, and says, "But the tragedy in all of this is that I saw that you left for the gardens when the entrees came out. I just thought that to be a tragedy, and I thought, I need to introduce you personally to my little miracles. Would you give me the honor?"
Of course. The honor is mine, absolutely mine.
Well, I have been a master chef for several centuries now, but it's a constant struggle to woo the crowd. Come.
Mario follows him.
Kind of like
passionately.
Martia, like a little like reassuring like squeeze on the shoulder as she passes.
Hamartia like raises her thumbs up for a half second and follows him.
Okay. There's a new spread of food here, but immediately goes over to the side table where he has saved a few parts of the starters, and he immediately just says, "I made sure that these were left here for you. Now, here," and he brings up this tiny bowl that has a golden color and some swimming pieces of meat that seems like they would absorb in your mouth, and he basically thrusts it into your hands with a spoon.
To my hands, like my actual fucking hands.
Yeah, like he thrusts the soup with the spoon into your hands.
Hamartia takes the meal and takes a bite or a snip.
And it's this deep, meaty broth flavor, but it has this overtones of like herbs, and indeed the meat is like butter in your mouth, like ice cream. It's just fatty goodness that just disappears immediately.
Behind the mask of the Battle of the Moth, Hamatia's eyes well up a little bit. Oh, this is the best meat. How did you make it so? Is it magic? Can I taste it?
It's my magic, little one. Now, the salad. I must admit it might have been a little bit simple, but I thought with everything else on the menu that it was necessary. It's just a romaine with some olive oil and red wine vinaigrette, but it's to cleanse the palate here. It gives you a tiny little another bowl with just a tiny little bit of salad.
Is it Caesar salad or like a salad?
No, it's romaine, so it's a slightly like bitter taste to it, but it's like expertly like balanced by the olive taste and the slight sharpness in the red wine vinaigrette. And the leaves are, you know, vibrant and green and crunchy, and as he says, it's just a perfect palate cleanser.
Oh, it's like a waltz in to my taste buds. I feel like I'm dancing.
Oh,
What
the way
amazing
that you have with words, it just makes my heart swim with joy. Next up!
Oh my god.
He serves you eels stewed in nutmeg with some onion, garlic, anchovy, and port on top of this asparagus crumble. So it's like seafood with asparagus and a lot of different flavors to it, and it's complex, but delicate still, and you can taste the garlic, the anchovy, the little bit of twang from the alcohol, but then it's just this brilliant, great fish taste and the crunchy asparagus to balance it.
Oh, this is amazing. It's like a thunder cracking down, followed by a gentle rain washing over your face. That's amazing. I didn't know food can taste, can feel, can just engulf the soul in such warmth.
The way you describe my food, little Martha, makes me feel like I am swimming in a moonlight-lit pool of warmth. And you are the ray of moonlight that warm and protect me. Now it's time for the entree. And he kind of like takes your arm, like pulls you to the table.
Oh my god.
And he
I did not
immediately
expect this.
brings out a huge, very long but rather thin knife. Immediately cuts a slice of a roast lamb, and it's just this perfect size, and he does it so quickly, and there's no like any sawing involved. It's just one big slice that he does, and immediately he sprinkles some light broth over it, and there are some pickled apricots with it, and gives you the plate.
Wow. Her eyes are glowing. And I mean, she doesn't really have a big of a tummy, but this time it's like an extra half tummy filled, like blew out, and she is eating everything first. I don't think we should all, I mean, if we want, we can all everything, but she like, this is the best day ever for her.
Yeah. And you can, now you see him as he watches you enjoy the food. you can see that his fangs are starting to peek out a little bit, and there's a little bit of drool in the side of his mouth. And he thrusts into your hands a tall glass with fresh raspberries in it, and he says, the second entree is not entirely finished, so this is a palate cleanser, a raspberry brandy punch. I think you're going to enjoy it quite well. And I am going to run to the kitchen because the way that you talk about my food, I have something special in mind just for you. Would you give me 5 minutes and I would make your world explode in a rain of stars and fireworks?
Is Illyria there to notice that, and how alarming is it?
Well, I mean, Herbertia seems to be into it as much as he is.
I would give you 5 months, 5 years.
He brings you a little bit closer, kisses your forehead and holds your head. Don't you fret. You do not need to wait 5 years. Wait for me.
I will.
And you can see him run through the hallways.
Martia turns to Illyria and Fad and says, if he's going to take a bite out of me, he earned it.
Well,
Nick's running through the hallway is a very excited vampire.
As long as you know what you got yourself into, and it's, you're having a good time. You deserve to have a good time.
This is the best time. It's so good. Everything here is amazing. And this is like the normal. This is the norm for you people.
Not necessarily the norm. I haven't tried that much, but I mean, we do usually eat well-cooked or otherwise prepared food.
Oh, so you don't eat pocket worms?
You eat pocket worms?
Yes, I ate right in front of you.
The fuck is a pocket worm?
It's kind of
And Illyria kind of takes her hands. It's like, I can't promise you that every day is going to be a feast like that, and I know we will be traveling. But I promise you that if you don't want to, you will never have to eat pocket worms ever again.
I mean, they were very rich in, but sure, yes. I mean,
regular rations are too.
Of course.
Although a bit less, we can't get something as fancy as this all the time, but I'm sure we can cook occasionally. I
am going to hone my cooking craft. I'm going to. I think I just developed a new passion, new art form.
Well, I look forward, and I'm willing to eat your experiments.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, can we go back to the fact that the pocket worms? What the fuck?
I mean, I basically revealed to you that I'm the daughter of a hag with a horn on my head, and jagged teeth, and the pocket worms are the things that disturb you.
Something about that. It kind of creeps me out.
Your... No offense, but your environment seemed kind of abusive?
Oh, it definitely is. Let's not talk about that. I would be more than happy to provide you in on the details of said environment, but I
think we're good.
Wonderful conversation.
I just think you deserve a lot better, is all.
I do?
You do.
Thank you. If it wasn't a really nice boy, well, just jumping into a hag, but not a hag, a hug for you, and not a hey. In the morning balance, so I'll say that for later.
didn't understand a single thing you just said.
I have no idea. I'm experiencing a lot of emotions right now, but yes, thank you.
Alright.
Hamadia is a mess at the moment.
Illyria gives
how-
you like a really kind of like a short, like sort of like experimental hug.
You see, when you touch her, she immediately flinches for a second, and then accepts it. fully.
Aww.
Thank you. Oh, this is really warm. So this is how a hug feels like.
Have you never been hugged before?
It wasn't really pleasant. Not like this.
Well, that's what a hug should be like.
Oh. Oh, it's beautiful.
They're kind of like, let's go, and just kind of smiles.
Okay. Nyx in the corridor. With all the strange people running by.
Punching the wall.
Not actually punching the wall, just enduring the agony. It's like when I was having like a good time. It's just like not having a good time.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. He's not too happy about the scene that basically just happened. I don't know. He's a little out of sorts. I'm just gonna like come into the room once more, I suppose, with just to be there. I suppose he's not having a pose or posture or any sense of presence. He's just defeated.
Oh god. Okay, running past you is this dark-skinned vampire who immediately goes through the ballroom and kind of skids to a stop and looks at Thad. She's worked up. There's already like paint on her cheek, and she looks like she's ready to like run a marathon or something.
Oh.
Are you ready?
I suppose I am. Sure, let's... And he kind of looks at Illyria and Armatia. It's like, you ladies good, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think Hamartia's in good hands. And kind of, Illyria kind of like for a moment just like, they're both vampires, but you know what, this is probably fine. And, like, I think we're good.
Alright. Yeah, I'll be back on...
We'll come looking if you aren't back in 40
that's fair.
minutes.
I'll be in the lounge. Lounge, right? And he looks at the... what's her face?
Just
Tista?
just close by.
Alright. Sure, let's go.
Yes, let's do it. And she rushes past Nyx again. Paying in
This
no
time
heed.
with... Thad is like, kind of walks after her and looking at Nyx with like, and keeps walking.
Nyx gives similar sympathies. Like,
You walk into the lounge. She has set up in the corner her like palette of plates of paints and her what is it called? Where you put the painting on? It's called the tripod
easel?
and the easel. Yeah. And
Easel.
yes.
An easel? Yeah.
And there's a
So-
pretty large, like portrait-sized painting, with just a quick few charcoal sketches for now. But she doesn't go to it. She immediately instead goes to the sofa and plops down, a little bit giddy, looking a little bit like shy-like, and then oh, thank you, Hema, and looks to you and like pats the velvet sofa. beside her.
All right. Anything feels off.
She's very excited. You're all alone.
All right, fair. Sit down. Sit down next to her.
She turns her body language to you, like plops down one of her feet underneath the other as she like half crouches a little bit. Slams her fingers together and she says, "Okay, I have a little bit of a process, you see.
What kind of process?
I would like to know some things about the one I paint before. I want to capture your essence, Thaddeus. And I need to know who you are before I do that. So it starts with a quick but interesting interview. And then I need to taste your essence.
Oh no.
Sense.
I'm a bit of a savant when it comes to understanding the one that I partake in, if that makes any sense. They call me a soul taster.
As soon as she says that, Thad is kind of steals a bit, kind of grows a bit cold. Like, in what sense do you mean that soul taster?
Well, I want you to
How does one taste the soul?
I want you to be comfortable with what we're about to do, because I believe that ends in a better result. Well, I don't know if you know how we vampires remain in our state of, well, this greatness.
I don't suppose I do. Would you enlighten me?
This world is magic and life is all about personalities and lives and experiences and about trading them with each other, is it not? We vampires, we need blood to survive, but we're not actually drinking. Well, that we do too, but it's only a means to an end. Whenever we prolong our life as what we are, we do so by borrowing a little bit of life from somebody else. It's quite the same as what humanoids do whenever they're eating the greens of the earth, of the animals that herd. You eating their life force. And so do we. But it's a bit more intimate. And most vampires, they just partake in the energy and let it sustain them and then carry on for thousands of years. But I have an ability to partake in who you are from what I taste.
Sounds interesting. However, unfortunately, I can't say I am privy to such
Are you sure? I do not judge. I
Such
assure you. I have painted a lot of people in my time. And they have all been as varied as the flowers of the earth. Whatever kind you are, Thaddeus, I do not mind.
It's not you, it's me. I appreciate it. I truly do.
Oh no!
Uh,
She scoots closer on the sofa,
Oh,
grabs
boy.
your hand, looks into your eyes,
Oh,
and
boy.
says,
Oh
"Are you
boy.
entirely sure? I mean, you can trust me." Make me
I-
composure saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Here we go. Here we go. Composure saving throw.
She's gonna stab him.
Alright. That's not. It's not negative.
That's called a stab move.
That's 14.
That ain't enough, kid.
Oof. Yep. Not very composed. I guess I'm going. Guess I'm going to
Right
Vampire
now,
Town.
in this moment, you see Tista as a really good friend. And it feels like you've been friends forever. And you know that she means the best for you. And you are completely comfortable in her presence.
All right. Yeah, you know, when you put it that way, sounds doesn't seem so bad. Sure, why not?
Oh, really? Thank you so much for trusting me to do this. I haven't had this much fun, well, since last week, but before then, not for a very long time.
The PM. Jesus.
Now, it's just gonna be a little bit of a break, and then I'm gonna ask some questions. Is that alright?
Oh yeah, of course.
Excellent, my dear. And she takes your hand, gives you a wink, and bites down into your wrist.
Lovely. Bad fucking minute.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing so much.
God
Adrian.
fucking damn it. God fucking
You
damn it.
savage!
Ah,
Okay.
boy.
Oh god, okay, so you take 3 piercing damage.
Sure.
And then you take 15 necrotic damage.
That's fair.
And your max HP is lowered by that amount until you finish a long rest.
By 15 or 3?
By 15.
Alright, so... Alright. Until how long?
Until you have finished a long rest.
Alright, fair.
There is something very intimate about this moment. You can feel physically like parts of you are being drained from yourself into her. And just the thought of that, it's, you know, it is something special. And at the beginning, it's indeed a bit of pain. But after that, there are some weird hormones that starts to pop up, either randomly or because of something of the vampire bite, but it makes it feel enjoyable. It's not to the point where you cannot control yourself, or you have to see this in a rather risque manner, but there are worse things to experience in life. And she does what she promised. She pulls back, her head tipped up to the sky, pure rapture on her face, as she's like squishing around your blood in her mouth like it's a wine that she tastes.
So, what do you think?
That is indeed exquisite. It's always very different from person to person, but I understand why you were so reluctant. There is... Oh, Thaddeus, there's just so much shame in here that's creating a bitter undertone.
Yeah. You know, it's just, you know how it is.
But there's also so much independence and strength too, and there's some spice in the nature of your flippancy. And who is this that you're mourning? You're mourning two people, but in different ways. One that you wish you had more time with, and the other that you could have changed things with.
Yeah. Yeah, my, see, my father, he passed away a while ago. I learned a lot from him. I really looked up to him. He passed away when I was the wee lad, and so I miss him, you know. Kind of looks at her. I miss him a lot. And my mom, she's an important person, and she sometimes puts work before family. Well, she always puts work before family. And yeah.
She gently
I wish I could.
puts your head in her like cupped hands, and she says, "The only thing you want is to be recognized for who you are and be celebrated for it. Is it not so?"
Yeah, I suppose you could put it that way.
Don't worry, Thaddeus. I will make this come true in this painting. Oh, we have so much work to do. Okay. She stands up, drags you with her, and plops you down in the sofa here, in this divan.
Uh-huh.
And she pulls this chair around, brings over her easel, and like sits down in a comfortable manner. And she tells you, "You are still confident, yet vulnerable. So lean back, look confident, but your eyes will tell the world of what storm that is truly inside."
Try to do that to the best of my abilities.
You do that. She looks at you, do some more scratches, and
I kind of stare at her, look at her eyes the whole time.
And she
Keep eye contact.
The way that she looks at you now, it's a little bit more chilling, because now you're just an object that is a number of details, a number of memories, a number of emotions that she is copying and capturing. Not entirely sure if either of you are truly present in this moment. But she leans back, furrows her brow, and says to herself, "No, something is missing." She steps forward, opens up your shirt to show some skin.
I take it off.
Oh, boy.
Oh, bold, but yes, I agree. This is more you. confident and vulnerable by showing your skin. Yes, but this... No. There's something else. Oh, we need a prop. Something to truly show who you are. Oh, I know exactly what we're gonna get. 1 second. And she runs out of the room, leaving you alone for a while with a glass of wine in your hand.
Oh boy.
And with that, we're gonna move over. Looking at the time, I'm actually going to force some things here before we end. Hamartia.
That's me.
In a very proud grip, Pascal enters into the ballroom looking like he has like recreated the wheel. And with a steady gaze, he immediately captures yours across the ballroom floor and like marches over to you with a straight back, looking like a dashing like military officer in his suit.
Illyria's just kind of like smiles to Martia, says, "I think this is my cue to leave," and just
It is, but
He
Martia.
pays you no heed as Illyria leaves.
I mean, that makes sense, but
Yeah.
Illyria wanted to,
Yeah. Hamartia?
kind of like gives Martia a little reassuring smile.
Martia is currently wearing the world's happiest grin.
oh, what's this?
In his hand is a very small, like, cooking, like a deep saucepan, but it's a cast iron, but like a tiny version of it, that is on a wooden platter and presented like that with a silver spoon inside of it. And there's this delectable, deep, earthy, meaty tone that is coming off from this brown stew. And he presents it to you with like one hand properly behind his back and the other one in a very like graceful manner presents it to you in a very ceremonial way. And he says, "You inspired me to create this, little Hamartia. This is stew von Sylvia, just for you."
Martia, as orderly, as ceremoniously, will take the meal, and she will give her bow with her head towards him before taking the bite.
Oh yeah, and also on the side of this little cast iron with the stew, there's actually some fresh baked toasted bread with a little bit of a very floral herbal garlic oil that has been drizzled on top of it.
So basically, it's not like putting it on the bread, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to eat it like through the bread, or taking it with a spoon and putting it on the bread.
No, she's going to eat it through the bread.
Okay. You managed to get some bits of the meat, and like once before it like melts in your mouth, renders it so fatty, but still has a very nice texture to it that is pleasantly like chewy still. It's like the best of two worlds, and this stew is so deep of flavors and so earthy.
Truly magnum opus. No words can describe this. No matter how hard I try, I can't find them. Wow.
You like it then?
You've opened my eyes to a new world.
Oh, I am so so full of ecstasy in this moment, Hamartia. The joy that you have given me by showing your appreciation of my food. Ah, I haven't had this much fun in a very long time. This vampires, well, we are able to eat food, but it doesn't taste as it did before. And I've never had such a, well, been a long time since I had such an enthusiastic taster. Now, but I cannot take all the credit for myself. You know, look across the ballroom, and he stands beside you and like grabs both of your shoulders with his gloved hands and guides your look towards the string quartet across the floor. You see the lithe woman there, the elf.
Yes, the one with the brown hair.
The one with the white. The one that's a little bit
see.
shorter. Yes, there's a second violinist, Sylvia. She helped me quite a lot with this dish. It's her liver.
Oh no!
And it was a wonderful target, was it not? You must thank her later for her contribution to this magnum opus that I've created for you.
Of course, how generous of her.
Indeed. Now, do you want to taste anything else of mine?
I could go around all day. I'm afraid my tummy can only hold on so many things. I'm afraid I'm quite thin.
Oh, that's true. We shouldn't overload you. But do come back. And please
Of
tell me
course.
when you do. I could have a feast prepared just for you.
Of course, and when I come back, I will hone this art for myself so that I may help you. Oh, and well,
I would like to see you.
doesn't Martia notice his fangs?
Oh, yeah.
I
doesn't
don't
either.
want to let such fine craftsmanship go unrewarded. And I think I can offer up something.
You truly honor me if you would. Then can I ask you for a favor? Would you please eat more of the stew as I partake in your blood?
Of course.
That's so
I
weird.
don't want to turn. Just one thing. I would not like to turn into a vampire yet, but I would.
Oh, no. I will not kill you.
Yes, of course. You deserve this. You deserve this and more. Of course.
Alright, do you do it?
Martia will fold her collar to expose her neck.
Oh, damn. Okay. And he starts to drool once more as he watches your neck and watches you eat. And then go in for the bite.
Yep. Let's invite him. My apologies.
Okay, well, that's 6 piercing damage and 8 necrotic.
Oh Jesus. Okay. And I get them back after a short rest.
Yes.
I've been bitten before.
Well, there's some happy slurps in that corner. Let's go back to Thad in the lounge.
Yeah.
You're left waiting for about 5 minutes. It's a little bit awkward sitting there with, your shirt exposed and everything, but you trust Tista. She's not gonna, she means, good.
She means well. She wouldn't do that.
Yeah, no. And eventually she comes through the door, and with her is a rather... She's first hailed by this scent. And the scent is of burned, sizzling flesh. and it's a little bit upsetting. But it's also like the little bit of that campfire, that fiery smell that can be a little bit pleasant. But there's like a rotting undertone that is not that nice.
Humanoid flesh.
Yeah, and she steps into the room, holding rather proudly in on a little like pillow of like satin is a severed humanoid head.
Oh fuck.
With still like flesh on it that has been very newly seared by fire. To the point where parts of it is burnt to a crisp, while other points are still like dripping a little bit of fat and like you can see some sinews and some red flesh.
Where'd you get that?
We don't have time. It's going to be ruined. I will tell you all about it later. But this, and she presents the skull to you.
Oh, Jill.
This is who you are, Thaddeus. Oh, not the
Wait.
skull, but you are going to hold it. Because,
To hold it.
yes.
No, I'm afraid
Whilst
that's...
you are sitting here in the divan, looking this delectable with a little bit of a hint of vulnerability in your eyes, because you, my dear Thaddeus, you burn the people around you to gain your own personal comfort and ease of mind and your own
Here we go. There we go.
independence. That's what you do. You hurt the people around you for your own happiness. And that's okay. This is who you truly are.
Oh god.
And she will present the skull to you.
Can I make a save to not throw up?
Okay, I'm a talented saving throw.
Alright, sure. That's +6. That's a 10.
You set the DC for how sensitive his stomach are
Alright.
in this moment.
So Thaddeus throws up in his mouth a little,
But
Okay,
that's it.
alright.
and just kind of
Uh-huh.
closes his eyes, breathes deep, like take a deep breath, looks at her again, and be like, "No, she can't. She asking me to do this. It can't be that bad." And takes the fucking skull.
Alright. And she tells you how to hold it.
Yep.
Yeah?
Uh-huh,
And
sure.
she sits down by the chair, looking very pleased by herself. And she continues her painting. And with that,
Keep eye contact the whole time.
and with that, we're going to end tonight's episode.
This went in a vastly different.
Woo!
I did not see that coming.
I was like, it's gotta be something horrible.
I think like Hamati is the best person to serve a liver